Here we have an apex block, or a set of them, that were used to bridge corridors or some chambers, and they were lowered in position by means of sand. Sand was let out into a lower chamber and the blocks were allowed to come together to form the final structure. I'm going to go on to the transport of the main block. The larger blocks, which represent stones weighing 80 to 100 tons, of which are quite a number of them, thousands in fact, in the lower stages of the Great Pyramid, these were moved on a slight incline, probably no more than 2 or 3% incline, and they're transported. I've shown them on rollers. Now these look like sleds, but they're not. They're actually roller guides, because this system allows the more efficient use of the wood. The rollers don't need to be any wider than the stone. They allow the stone to travel to its final destination, and as you can see, the men are hauling the block from the rear rather than from the side or the front, and this is to keep the forces parallel with the direction of travel. By this means the men are out of the reach of the rollers, they don't get in the way, and they're out of the reach of the final resting place for the rock, which would have been a lubricated patch of stone. By this means the blocks move along the rollers, and the rollers recede behind them and remain equally spaced. Using this technique you need more roller sets, but against that you don't have to reposition any of the rollers or move the sleds. You start with a fresh sled and set of rollers at the beginning, and you finish with a spare set, which you then transport that one back to the beginning. So it's a fairly efficient system and economical on the use of wood.